Let's recall, this is my EDL 850 Module 14 case study over internet use violations. What do I know? Category 1A. Dr. Harvey Smith was a well-respected and distinguished principal at Slattery Steno High School. For over 9 years, he's been diligently working to hire qualified teachers. Slattery Steno High School is located in an affluent area in a large city. Families with secure financial means and affluent, including access to the latest technology. Miss Robin Tate is a second-year teacher hired by Dr. Smith. She specializes in science courses. She's an older teacher due to the fact that she finished her master's and advanced other classes toward an advanced degree. Miss Tate is unmarried and strives to have a very structured classroom environment. This, combined with the level of difficulty in her assigned subjects, create a very high stress level for her students. Many of our students are competing for class salutatorian and valedictorian, and it just increases the stress for the class. Dr. Smith has received numerous calls from parents about her classroom environment and fears that students may get lower grades than usual. Dr. Smith has attempted several times to counsel her on classroom techniques that will reduce stress. She has not implemented any of those. Students and parents alike continue to complain about Miss Tate's classroom and poor instruction. Early in her second year, during a holiday weekend, Miss Tate drove to visit her parents. Upon return, she found an email pointing her toward a web page for a personal message. When she entered the website, she was upset to see comments about her personal behaviors. Highly offensive language was used. The final comment on the website was, "Who wants Miss Tate to disappear?" Miss Tate immediately called Dr. Smith in a panic, saying, "They threatened to kill me, Dr. Smith. What am I to do? I'm not safe in my home." Miss Tate is hysterical and believes that her life is threatened and that she is not safe at home. Dr. Smith tries to calm her down and get as much information as possible. He asks for the link to the offending website so he can review it himself. After reviewing the website, he calls her back and says that in his opinion, it's a prank, and inquires if she had any issues in the prior week with any student. Ms. Tate states that her belief the student named William Hall, no relation to me, makes rude comments and clever enough to use technology for such a website. Well, maybe he is related to me. Dr. Smith informs her that he's going to print out copies of the email and the Facebook page and review in the morning. He also tells her that they'll use the district technology specialist to identify the source of the emails and the website if needed. Ms. Tate informs Dr. Smith that she's going to stay with her parents because she still doesn't feel safe at home. Category 1B, what do I need to know as an administrator? Who might have the skills to create such a web page? Will the district IT specialist be able to identify where the page came from? Can the district IT specialist identify the original email came from? What were the specific classroom incidences in the last 2 weeks that may have triggered this? Have any of the parents of students specifically complained lately about Ms. Tate's classroom procedures? And have any of the students made any veiled threats against Ms. Tate in the last couple months? Some other things I need to know is, has Ms. Tate implemented any of the techniques that Dr. Smith suggested to reduce stress in her classroom? What section of the district internet use policy does this issue fall under? What responsibility does the district have to protect Ms. Tate and discipline the student if identified? Was it possible that someone totally unconnected to the district sent the email and built the website? What steps must be taken by the district before the law enforcement is notified? And what legal bounds must the district maintain while investigating this incident? Category 1C, identifying the problem. Someone has broken the district internet acceptable use policy. A teacher's been threatened and feels unsafe. Initial attempts to help Ms. Tate in the classroom management have apparently been unsuccessful, and student and community relations are being affected by this issue. Category 2A, my action plan. Contact and update the superintendent. Contact and update the district legal resource. Contact and update the district IT resource to start the investigation into finding out what went wrong or if we can identify anybody. Assign a substitute for Ms. Tate's classes for a few days to let her calm down and the issue died down a little bit among the students. Contact William Hall's parents and request a meeting. Contact and update the teachers union rep. Resolution steps. Meet with Miss Tate students for their input. Have a parents meeting to discuss the issue. Have an assembly with the student body to review internet usage standards and violation penalties. Meet with Miss Tate to discuss how this situation can be avoided. And we meet again the meeting with Miss Tate. You need to inform her about the investigation results, what's happened so far, and maybe what the plans are going forward. Category 3A and B, student-focused resolution strategies. You need to communicate with the parent staff about what's going on, and internet usage violations will be fairly applied. Do everything possible to maintain a safe and effective instructional environment with minimum of disruptions. Discuss with the students and parents the effective and healthy ways to handle conflict and to be a good digital citizen. Increase efforts to support Miss Tate in her classroom activities, mentor her on positive classroom management approaches, and probably what I feel in this area the most important thing is do not commence investigation in the incident with any preconceived notions about who may or may have not done this, especially William Hall. You just can't go in with preconceived because it's I've done that before and it ended up being not pretty. So everybody's got to be, you just can't. What I was thinking about reading this was it most likely was a prank and Miss Tate was overreacting. Miss Tate should have listened to Dr. Smith's advice and maybe headed off something like this. Sometimes students of privilege have a sense of entitlement, and it doesn't have to be an affluent district. In every district that I've ever taught in, there's always been students that have been affluent who thought they were better than other students. It's important not to prejudge William Hall. The way I was feeling sorry for Miss Tate. Kids can be so hateful at times. Dr. Smith needs to tread lightly on this investigation to be fair. You know, he's developed a good reputation over 9 years, and I'm sure his experience and his professionalism, he'll be fine. Dr. Smith needs to make sure that he supports Miss Tate instead of trying to suck up to privileged parents and students. Now, that comment may be kind of coarse, but I've seen it in districts where kids who are of affluent backgrounds are treated differently, or kids who have or come from a certain family are treated differently than other ones, and it's just not right. Things I value are students who follow the internet usage policy, Miss Tate's passion for teaching, having a policy or guideline for this issue. We've had a couple things this year in our district where kids have acted out and done things wrong. The policies were very clear. They were dealt with in a fair and consistent manner, and it just makes a big difference. Dr. Smith's reputation with the community will go a long way with supporting what the decisions that he makes and the things that he does in the investigation. My belief in being absolutely fair with students. You have to be fair with students. You have to treat them the same. That's the only way that the trust and the respect will continue to grow. Unresolved issues in this category 4B. Who built the website and sent the email? Will Miss Tate use this incident to make positive changes in her classroom? What actions will be needed if the perpetrator is identified? Will there need to be additional training about internet usage for students and staff? What actions can be taken to discourage further similar issues like this in the future? What will need to be done if the perpetrator is not identified? What additional support and guidance can Dr. Smith give Miss Tate? Category 5, Component 1, Integrity. The world is watching. And these kids, they watch everything you do and say. Regardless of who is found responsible, they need to be held accountable for their actions. Maintaining fairness in all my actions will improve trust in the process. Trust and respect in the process. If you have integrity, if you follow the guidelines and be fair, the integrity will grow among your staff and students. Component 5, Category 5, Component 2, Fairness and Student Success. Number 1, being fair by not prejudging who might have broken the internet fair usage policy. Number 2, investigate thoroughly all possibilities and respect the student rights to privacy and due process. And number 3, if violations are found, ensure that along with consequences, the instruction must be included about proper digital citizenship. Category 5, Component 3, Ethics. For my steps of promoting ethical behavior, Number one, allow Miss Tate to take time so that she feels investigated and has supported her feeling safe in her classroom. Number two, make sure there was a building administrator. Make sure that as a building administrator that I follow all policies and legal guidelines to protect both the students and the district. I have a responsibility to protect the students and the district as well. Number three, under all circumstances and with everyone involved, follow the innocent until proven guilty concept. Very important, very important. Handle the situation. Number four, handle the situation with professional courtesy and integrity in a way that trust and respect will be improved with all involved. The students are sharp. They pick up on these things. At the end of this issue, if it's done properly, the desire to follow the rules and guidelines, plus the faith that the administrator will be fair and truthful with you is huge. So that's ethically a very important thing to do. And that's the end of my presentation. Thank you very much and have a good day.